Hello.
Hello, I am Tiffany and this is
Ashlyn.
And we are doing a part 2 today of child abuse prevention, awareness, and we share our stories with our children's permission, and they share regularly as well. We share this information to help with prevention, help this from happening to other people, because it's not a fun thing to go through for kids or families.
Right.
And also to spread hope and
Educate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not meant to spread fear and make you a crazy parent.
Yes.
But we wanted to start out with 8 misconceptions that get people in trouble
Yes.
and kids in trouble. So, all right. So, it won't happen to me because we have really nice neighbors. I don't want to scare my kids, so I'm not going to talk to them about this. We only are friends with nice people. My kid would tell me if something bad happened to them. It's definitely not going to happen to me. It only happens to those people.
Yeah, it happened to her. It wasn't going to happen to me.
Let's see. We only have family and friends babysit our kids. What's the statistic on that?
Yeah.
80%. It's family or friends. And we'll wait till they're older to teach them. So we're going to bust those.
Yes.
Okay, so 80% of the time it is family or someone close friend that you know. So
It's not strangers.
Right.
Strangers are not the ones that you have to worry about. It's the people that know your kids and that your kids trust and that you trust.
right, because you let your guard down. So one of the biggest questions that we get is, is when do we start teaching? Because I myself, as a parent, a new parent especially, it's like there's so many things, like
Right.
you can't do it all. But I'm going to tell you today when we should start teaching our kids the proper names of genitalia.
9 months old. 9 months old.
Okay, so 9 months, you guys that's not like crazy.
That's kind of when they start talking too, like, and
Yeah.
using words here and there and communicating a little bit more.
Right. So it's an easy way to share is when you're changing a diaper, when you're in the bath, and it's not like you have to do it every single time, but if they're playing, like, use the proper words without embarrassment. That's the key, is if you're uncomfortable and it's really awkward, then they're going to be like, why is this
it
so
awkward?
weird? So, and then at 18 months, you can teach them,
No one has the right to hurt you.
right, that your private parts are yours.
Right.
And we teach in Rad Kids, and you probably teach this too, hey Lauren, that your private parts are any part of you that's covered by a bathing suit. For girls, it's like a 2-piece, and then for boys, it's swim trunks. And so that's a really, really easy way to teach young kids what those private
Wear your
areas are.
swimming suit.
Yeah,
Covers, yeah.
for sure. Forced affection.
We talked about this a little bit last time, but that's huge.
Right, so you don't have to make your kids go kiss grandma or go hug the neighbor goodbye.
I think we said last time, like, let them choose how they're interacting with people, not you telling them how they should be interacting with people.
Right. Another thing is to teach them what stop touch is. And this is something that we learned after the fact, but it's been a really great thing for our family and even for our neighbors who come and play over here. This isn't my house.
Kind of.
They come and play at Tiffany's. No, but so stop touch is anything that's uncomfortable. So that means if someone's tickling you too much, if they punch you, if they pinch you, if they're really bugging you, that's a stop touch. Of course, if they're touching private parts and doing things like that, that's a stop touch. But so it makes it really easy. Yesterday, my kids were tickling my husband, and guess what? He yelled,
Stop
touch. Like, that is the end all for our family. Like, that means no. And so you can teach your kids that at 18 months.
Yeah, we learned that in the group therapy at the Children's Justice Center, and the kids practiced in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you remember, they would practice every single week, screaming stop touch. We would hear them upstairs just screaming, stop, that's a stop touch, you know? And it was awesome because now my kids use it for everything. Like, it almost is kind of ridiculous. They use it to their advantage for sure, but like Ashlyn said, when we're tickling our kids, if we're tickling them in too long that makes them uncomfortable, where they just don't like it, they can say that's a stop touch or stop touch. And we know as parents that we absolutely have to respect that boundary that they're giving us,
Yep.
no matter what. Even if it's something stupid and we're like, really,
Seriously?
we
Yeah.
respect it to build that trust with them that we will keep them safe and make sure that they're comfortable and never in a position that makes them uncomfortable.
Totally. One thing I think is important is teaching them that no one has the right to touch their body parts and things like that. Except you can explain when you go to a doctor, mom and dad are with you, or if you have an injury or we need diaper rash, like that's a time when it is a part where we're going to have to touch
Right.
or whatever, so that they understand they have control over that, but
Right.
it's a matter of being safe.
Yeah, we've taught them the same thing about like washing in the bath. It's like appropriate to help a young child, like that grandma might have to help you wash because you don't know how to wash your whole body yet. But I've also told my kids, like, once you know how to wash your whole body and wipe your bottom after you go to the bathroom, then nobody should be helping you anymore because you're old enough and you know that, but you just know. So nobody needs to help you after a certain age.
Totally. Okay. Should we go to signs?
Sure.
Signs to look for. There's a long list, but we're going to give you some popular ones.
Yes. And then, yeah, maybe what you saw and
Yes.
then what I saw.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so nightmares, so like not sleeping as well or interrupted sleep, eating changes. So I'll share after we give the list what we saw, but eating changes. So suddenly they don't want to eat, they have no appetite, just like a disruption in their eating. Mood swings is a really big one. Sudden outbursts of anger and tantrums.
Withdrawing. You can't read that. Sex topics.
Oh yeah, I could actually read it. That's
Okay.
pretty good. Yeah, sex topics. So they're like unusually curious or bringing up topics that are kind of abnormal for their age.
New fears of people, of places, of even objects.
Yeah, not wanting to go places maybe where they
Normally would.
normally would.
Keeping secrets or saying I have a secret but I can't tell.
Yes.
Having received lots of gifts.
Yes.
And you don't know why. It's not a birthday, it's not a holiday. Reverting to old behaviors like bedwetting, wetting their pants.
One of them too is like just reverting, like thumb sucking or a lot of bathroom reverting behaviors with like toilet training.
Yeah. And then this one, like I feel dirty or just really low self-confidence and self-belief. So for us, how did we see it in our daughter? There definitely were clues. And those gut feelings came. She was having nightmares. She had these rages where I was on Google saying, like, how do I deal with my 4-year-old who is having out of control rage fits? She had a new fear for going to be around certain people, which that was really surprising to me. And I was like, I did do the forced affection thing. Like, we should go because this is what we do. And it's people we love and blah, blah, blue. And she had lots of gifts. And this is something that I told her abuser, my daughter's abuser, like, stop giving her gifts. It makes me really uncomfortable. And these are expensive and they're not necessary. Like, just tell her that you love her and be there for her, but you don't need to buy gifts. She continued to buy gifts. What else for you?
So we actually think that our daughter told very quickly. And so we didn't see any abnormal behavior in her before. Definitely the raging after, definitely interrupted sleep, eating habits were different. We had to work with her therapist because she wasn't eating. That was after we already found out. So the only real warning signs that we had was that she would come home from playing outside, which we were always either outside with her or watching out the windows, pretty particularly because she was only 4. She would get home from being outside or playing with her friends in the playhouses, and I would say, what'd you play today? And she'd say, we played babies and family. And I told Ashlyn that I wish, and I mentioned this the last video we did, I wish I would have known what that meant. I think I just assumed it was 4 or 3-year-olds playing family with a couple, just playing family and babies. That's a very natural thing for kids to play. But the grooming was starting to happen and things that were not how you act in a family or treat babies were happening. And I didn't know because I wasn't asking for more information and I wasn't watching. I wasn't right there.
And you said, like, your head doesn't go there.
My head would have never gone to what was happening with the worst of it. Like, your brain does not think. In fact, I've had
they're too little.
They don't know.
Yeah,
why would they ever know these things? They're 5 and 7. You know, they're little kids. They don't know those things. They did. I just didn't. My brain literally never once went to that it might be happening that way.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, anything else on that? No.
I don't think so, unless I forgot something.
Let's talk about disclosure, because it's actually super common in any type of disclosure, whether it's this topic, child abuse awareness, or your kids stayed out late and you don't know where they were, and they're going to tell you a little bit. So it's called a layered disclosure. And I had it with my husband when he disclosed about his addiction. I had it with my daughter when she disclosed about her abuse. You had it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's where they'll give little half-truths or bits of the truth. They're not going to come right out and say the worst of it. So when my daughter, she told her older brother something that piqued enough of it was a red flag enough for me that I was like, I need to just ask some more questions about what's going on. And so I was just telling Ashlyn that as she would disclose a little bit, first we talked about staying really calm. We talked about that a little bit last time.
Your reaction matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're freaking out, they're not going to want to talk about it. So when she started disclosing, I just started asking her questions about what was happening. And she would give little tiny pieces of information. And I could almost tell after a little while of me talking to her about it, sometimes she would flat out say, like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. And so I honored that. I would say, okay, like, no big deal. And I would drop it and let it go for, a couple hours or whatever. And then I would bring it back up to try to see if I could get more information from her. And every time I brought it back up, she would tell more. She did get tired of it. I had to give her breaks. And it took, I can't remember if it was a full 24 hours or almost 48 hours. I can't remember which one it was, but
I think it was 48 because you told me, and then it was like layered to me too because you were just finding out. Yeah.
Yeah, by the end I couldn't even call you. Tyler had to call you.
I know. I was like,
I was basket case. But they'll often lie. They will often lie, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize because a lot of times kids will say nothing happened or that's not true or whatever when they're scared to death to tell you. So they'll disclose in small bits, and then as they trust that you're not going to freak out or they're not in trouble, then they'll share more.
Right. Which that goes to the next topic, which is being threatened. So both of our kids were threatened with telling and keeping that secret. And so that's part of that layered disclosure is one, they think they're either told they're going to go to jail, they're going to get in trouble, that they're going to whatever.
Get killed.
Yeah.
Is what.
Yeah. And little kids believe that. Like, they don't know.
They believe in Santa Claus. They're going to believe that
someone's going to kill him. So, yeah. So our daughter was terrified. And to be totally honest, she disclosed. We got her into the Children's Justice Center in Utah County, started working with the police, and got her into specialized therapy. But she didn't do a full disclosure again for another 2 months. And it was because she was terrified. She thought that her abuser was going to come and take her in the night because that's what she was told. And so it came to the point where we had to say, you will never see this person again. You don't have to. We have that control and you are safe. And the next day she told everything. So
yeah, that's so true.
Secrets versus surprises.
Yes. So we have been good to teach our kids the difference between that secrets aren't okay. And that a secret.
But you kept a secret today, right?
Oh yeah, It was a surprise.
Yes.
We try to be really vigilant about. Is that a word? I keep saying that, and then I'm like, is vigilant a word? Yes. I just had to throw that in there. We have taught them that we can do surprises because surprises are fun for everyone and for everyone. not just the abuser. They're
Yeah.
fun for everyone in the end, like where you keep a secret or a surprise. It's fun for everybody in the end. A secret can hurt someone.
It's uncomfortable.
Or it's uncomfortable. It makes you have the icky feeling inside. We talk to our kids a lot. We're teaching them about their gut instincts, which
Right.
we all have for a reason. And to tell, we don't keep secrets in our house. We do surprises.
Right. So, that's it, really.
I think so.
That's the absolute truth. So we just did this part 2 because we got a lot of the same questions in private messages and then on our last video. So if you haven't watched our last video, you're welcome to go back and do that. And we'd love for you to share this because the more people are educated about this and realize that as parents, as grandparents, we all play a role in this and can definitely prevent this from happening.
Yes.
Yeah,
And we
stop
don't want
that
anybody else to go. Nobody else needs to go through it. So
Yeah.
we hope this is helpful and hope you guys have a good day.
Bye.